Hi there, my name is Sally Krueger-Wyman, and I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of Los Angeles Dysautonomia Network. So I've had dysautonomia since I was about 7 or 8, so 25 years now. I have experienced a variety of fluctuating symptoms, but the most disabling by far has been severe brain fog, often robbing me of my ability to speak and making me feel lost within my own brain. Throughout my life, I've also dealt with low blood pressure, tachycardia or high heart rate, painful GI issues such as IBS and gastroparesis, sometimes triggering cyclical vomiting that would require emergency treatment, joint issues, super sensitive skin, extreme fatigue, and an extra susceptibility to illnesses such as colds and flus. In addition to dysautonomia, I also have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and mast cell activation syndrome. It was really difficult to grow up with dysautonomia. My complex health issues forced me onto a very different life path, one full of isolation, pain, and continual challenges, as well as unexpected joys, triumphs, and eventually new wonderful friends. I was ill without answers for many years, and I don't know if this was harder on me or my parents. But even once I finally was diagnosed with POTS at age 13, I spent over a decade searching for effective treatment options. My illness really impacted my ability to pursue an education and eventually to work. Despite being an academically minded person, I did much of my education, both high school and college, online. And I missed tons of school, including formal medical leaves in both high school and college. In college, in particular, I experienced a real culture of shame. While I had accommodations from the school, I was left to advocate for myself at a time when I lacked the confidence and the knowledge to do so effectively. Teachers said things to me like, "Well, we wouldn't want it to be unfair to the other students." And every one of them assigned me extra work for every class I missed due to illness. I literally did double the workload because I was so ill. And instead of having a wonderful social life, I had conversations with random dudes on campus who decided to comment on my use of a handicap placard, saying things like, "must be nice," assuming I was cheating the system. I felt so ashamed of my inability to be well. And I was as sick as I had ever been, to the point where continuing to pursue my education would have been to put my health at major risk. So I left school and I returned home. I dedicated myself completely to getting healthy, and none of it worked. I felt hopeless and so very alone. I experienced depression for the first time in my life. I had frequent episodes of being unable to talk or to sit upright because of my brain fog. I remember one night having to call my mom at 2 a.m. while I was sitting on the toilet because I was passing out while having diarrhea. Not a fun story to share, even less fun to experience. I was way too ill to do any type of job, and things didn't seem likely to change anytime soon. I finally got in to see a POTS specialist, cardiologist Dr. Ahern, now retired, who had me do a tilt table test with a transcranial Doppler, this thing they put on your head that measures the velocity of the blood flow in your brain. So I was told that I experience very extreme drops in cerebral blood flow velocity when my body goes from recumbent to vertical, which explained the severe brain fog. We tried a barrage of medications and treatments with mixed results, and I was still so ill. I tried to meet people going through similar challenges, even helping to start a local support group for people with chronic illnesses. Then Emily put out the call on Facebook to start a POTS-focused support group in Pasadena, and my life was changed. I made many friends who understood what I was going through. I didn't even have to explain. And my goodness, they were knowledgeable. I learned about mast cell activation syndrome. I think back to the young child who was constantly breaking out into rashes and having an upset stomach, and I see all the signs my doctors and I didn't know how to interpret back then. Treatment for mast cell activation syndrome is honestly why I'm able to talk to you well today. Cromolyn sodium and antihistamines cleared up my brain fog, my hardest symptom, and I was able to start making progress. In January of 2020, 5 years after leaving college, I enrolled in college online and was able to complete my degree. Just this fall, I started graduate school in person at USC to pursue a master's in nonprofit leadership and management. I still have bad days, that is for sure. But right now, I can wake up and assume that I'm waking up to a good health day, which is an assumption I've never been able to make in my life before. What a gift! And that's a gift for which I thank my LADN community. I have learned so much from my LADN peers about dysautonomia and comorbidities and treatment options, and they have filled up my heart with their caring and their friendship. I love my LADN community so very much. And I am thrilled to be able to work in a field that I find exciting and purposeful. My dysautonomia journey continues, affecting me daily, as it probably will for the rest of my life. But I am able to live a full, happy life in a way I didn't think I'd be able to. So thank you to my LADN community, and thank you for listening to my dysautonomia journey.